Oh, hello. Welcome everyone. I'm Catfish Franklin, and this here is Catfish Corner. And today's story is called How Catfish Got Busted by the Algorithm Police. And it is hilarious. I've been laughing all about this for days. So I want to tell you about it. But first, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for stopping by. Thank you. I sure do appreciate it. I love to have you here. And I'd also like to thank my patrons over there on Patreon. Good people, and honestly, they are the ones that are keeping this slow moving train rolling. So, anyway, uh, how I got busted by the algorithm police. So, oh, this makes me laugh so hard. I've never had any copyright issues of any kind on my YouTube channel, and I purposely do public domain songs anyway. So I shouldn't, have a problem with that. I try to do my research and everything. Well, anyways, I recorded this video for the song "The Missouri Waltz," and in that video I talk all about that song. But anyway, it was published at the latest by 1915 sheet music with lyrics, so it's definitely in the public domain. But when I uploaded the video, I got a message as soon as it uploaded from YouTube that I'd received a content ID claim, which isn't really a copyright strike somehow. I think it's just that they allow you to keep your video up, but if your channel is monetized, they can take some of the money, some undisclosed amount, and they can also put ads on your video, it said. So, well, I just couldn't stand for that, so I put in a dispute immediately, because it's definitely public domain, and I won't stand for it. I tell you, I can't, and I won't. But anyway, I did some digging because it gives you information that tells you exactly who um, is calling you out for using their content, and it showed this publishing company um, acting on behalf of Light in the Attic Records. Light in the Attic Records. And the track itself was called The Missouri Waltz State Song Bonus Track. So remember that, because that becomes important. So I saw that, and well, that made something go off in my brain there, because in learning to do the song, I listened to a bunch of different versions of it, and there's not really that many on Spotify, which is mainly what I use. And so I saw that bonus track business, and I thought to myself, this sounds this sounds familiar. So I looked up Light in the Attic Records, and lo and behold, they are the record company which is now putting out the albums by the Shags. So this story is going to take us out of old-timey music a little bit and into the land of garage rock, the Shags. So the Shags are very interesting. You should definitely look them up, and you should definitely give their music at least one listen. But to put it in perspective, they are commonly referred to as the worst band of all time, which I think is a bit unfair, but I'll get into that in a minute. And their album, especially their first album, Philosophy of the World, is known as the worst album ever recorded. And now they do have a second album, which their first one was released in '69, I think, and the second one was released in like '82 or '83. And it is better. It does sound like they've had some practice and stuff. And actually, I think that their version of the Missouri Waltz is one of the better ones, I think. But, so let me just tell you a little bit about them. You've got to look this up because it is crazy. So the Shags is this band of three sisters, and also sometimes a fourth sister, I think. And but anyway, their father was a little bit nutty, and his mother, their grandmother, before she died, she made some predictions to the father about you will marry a strawberry blonde woman. You will have blank amount of kids after I die. And your daughters will be in a famous rock band. So apparently she passed away and everything, rest her soul. And the first two predictions came true. So the dad is like, okay, that's it. I'm putting my daughters in a rock band. And he forced his daughters to be in a rock band. They were only teenagers at the time, to my understanding. And he forced them to be in a band for like 5 years. They couldn't listen to other music, it said. And they had a weekly gig at some place in town, and they were just ridiculed. It became the town thing to go ridicule them and stuff. And they did not like it. They were not into it, and they didn't want to do it. So they were basically like hostages. So that's why I think you can't really call them the worst band of all time, because they were kind of like in it against their will of sorts. So when you're listening to their albums, in some ways it feels like you're listening to a real horror show unfold in real time, which you kind of are. But once you start listening in a little bit, some of this stuff is really deep, and there's good stuff in there, like their songs, Philosophy of the World, Why Do I Feel, Who Are Parents, the infamous My Pal Foot Foot. There's really some interesting concepts in some of the things that they're saying in these songs. So that's the Shags. They broke up after their father passed away, and I think in later years they reformed and did some gigs and stuff like that. There's like tribute albums out there to them, but I don't think they're all still alive anymore. At least one of them has passed away and everything. So bless their hearts. I'm not here to call any kind of judgment on them, and I think I like their music myself. But anyway, so this brings us all around to this situation with this publishing company and Light in the Attic Records. So I go to Light in the Attic Records. I'm looking up, oh, yep, there's the Shags bonus track, yep. But I also found out they have another version of Missouri Waltz in their catalog, which is from the Winter's Bone soundtrack. That album is on their record label as well. And so this means, oh, and I should also say that I have no evidence that a human was involved in any of this. As far as like my copyright thing on YouTube, it seems like the whole thing was automated. So, so that means, that's right, so that means that this algorithm from this publishing company is going through the internet like, doesn't sound like anything. All the other publishing companies, all these algorithms are searching everything, and they find my thing, Missouri Waltz. Oh, no, nothing, doesn't. And it gets to this one, and it's like, oh, this Missouri Waltz over here, the legitimate version? No, it doesn't sound anything like, oh, worst band in the world? Sounds just like Catfish Franklin. Ding! And that has just been making me laugh so hard, is the algorithm somehow sized me up with the Shags. So that's the story for today. I love the Shags, and the happy ending is that, if the publishing company doesn't respond to my dispute within 30 days, then it goes away, and which is what I figured would happen. But they actually did respond and released the claim proactively. So that video is now free for me to post, and I'll be posting that to be coming out this coming Sunday. So that's the great story of how Catfish got busted by the YouTube police. And now I can say I've had a bitter legal entanglement with the Shags. I'm just kidding. I love the Shags. All right. Well, anyway, that's it for story time today. I'll see you soon with the Missouri Waltz, and that's it. Be good to everybody out there and each other. Be good to everyone and each other and yourselves. And I'll see you next time.